See the Spirit of God. Yesterday I gave you a quote from German theologian Jürgen Moltmann. Cosmos is a fabric that is woven by the Spirit of God. See, in Romans, actually we read Spirit is life, chapter 8, verse 10. And John says, chapter 4, verse 2, God is Spirit. When he was talking to the Samaritan woman, you know that? God is Spirit. Genesis first chapter, very first words, verse 2, the Spirit of God hovering on the waters of the deep. Spirit, God is Spirit. So that Spirit enables the capacity of primordial energies and of matter itself for interaction and self-organizing. In other words, Spirit is bringing out everything to reality. Whatever is revealed, it is the revelation of God. Mountains, rivers, forests. So this is the important stuff and a challenge for the future generations to educate on this level, finding God in creation. Understand that? There are 4 kinds of spiritualities we have witnessed for the past 2,000 or 4,000 or 3 million years. So I can condense them into only 4 categories, big categories. That is Western philosophy, Eastern philosophy, ancient philosophy, Chinese or Tao or Shinto or Hindu or Jaina or Buddha or Islam or Christianity or Zoroastrian or Judaism, lot of ecological spiritualities that were proposed by different thinkers. We can condense them into 4. What are they? Number 1 is dominion model spirituality. Number 2 is stewardship model spirituality. The third is creation-centered approach model spirituality. The last one is ecosophy or deep ecology spirituality. Understand? We will see all of them in detail now. The number 1 is dominion model spirituality. This is the monotheistic religions they proposed. In other words, Christianity, Islam, Judaism. This is the place where this kind of spirituality, you can name it dominion model spirituality or dominion model ecosophy or dominion model ecotheology or dominion model eco-spirituality or dominion model ecosophy, like that, anything you can. The last word you can change. If you are philosophers, you see it in philosophical light. If you are a theologian, you see it in a theological basis. Are we clear? Okay, now, who gave that authority? Who gave you dominion? So here comes Bible is misinterpreted. Somebody open the Bible and read Genesis chapter 1 verses 26 to 28. You read so that the camera can film you.
Then God said, "Let us make humankind in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the wild animals of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth." So God created humankind in His image. In the image of God He created them, male and female He created them.
Okay. That is the text from the Old Testament, first chapter, Genesis, chapter 1, verses 26 to 28, where it was said that we are created in the image of God. So, you exercise dominion over other creatures because we are the jewel of creation. Topmost, you are little less than an angel. Psalm 8 puts it very clearly. So that gives you unbridled freedom to control others. In other words, extremely anthropocentric. Only one species has value, that is humans. All other species are created for the enjoyment of one species. So that is the interpretation we are given to this text. 2 times God repeats, exercise dominion. I give you dominion over the animals in land, fishes in the ocean, birds in the sky. See? You exercise dominion. But when God gave dominion, it is not human understanding, our understanding of dominion that we forgot. God's dominion is not human dominion. Human dominion is control, suppression, alienating others, punishing others, exploiting others, manipulating others. That is human dominion. But God's dominion is love, empathy, compassion, forgiveness, tolerance. So we made one big mistake of interpreting through the lens of human dominion. You understood? That is the place where big mistake happened. 2000 years we have been interpreting through the human lens of dominion, power, authority, control. We didn't understand God's love and dominion. Today God's dominion is empathy. We celebrated Year of Compassion just now. That is the dominion. In dominion model spirituality, it's only human interest, nothing else. And we see earth as a Alibaba cave. All the riches are there. Go and take it. A person goes first, he takes them all. Capitalism. Dig it, steal it and make a business out of it. It doesn't have any value. God found they were good. Bible says 6 times it was good. But man found only economic value, money making, profit making. It doesn't have any other value, only profit value. When they saw mountains, they saw business. But Francis of Assisi, when he saw mountain, he burst into song. Praise God. He sings and dances. When people see forest, they see timber. But mystics, when they see forest, they see the beauty of God and they sing poems. So the dominion model for the past 4,000 years, this is the Old Testament, written 2,000 years before Christ. So the dominion model spirituality was long practiced, unfortunately, 4,000 years. So here humans feel rightfully to exploit nature. Hey, God gave me the license to kill and to eat and take. Who are you? He gave 2 times licenses. He reminded me. 26 and 28 also he repeats. Exercise your dominion. That is the way books are being written. In the library, you won't see only books on dominion. It means subjugating nature. Subjugating. Put everything under my feet. I am king, reigning supreme king. You are all slaves. And empowering nature. That's why all genetically modified food, seed manipulation, animal experimentation, even cloning, all this came because of dominion. We misunderstood that. Lot of encyclicals in Christianity were based on dominion model spirituality. For example, see there, Romanus Pontifex, one encyclical which talked about controlling land and colonizing land. And Dum Diversas, written in 1455 by Pope Nicholas, it gave a lot of rights for Christian people in South America. Another one, Inter Cartera, written by Alexander. And Pope Paul I, he wrote Sublimus Dei. They all promoted slavery, colonization, forced conversions, lot of things they promoted. I mean, everything is dominion, but I'm not telling they are 100% wrong. That is the way they understood, unfortunately. And that also encouraged high economic growth, dominion model. You know, during the colonization, you know what happened? They took all the resources from India, Africa, South America, taken them to Europe. They took everything. The Christian conversion are all dominion because only my God is true God. That kind of evangelization all over the world. So high economic growth. That is why Industrial Revolution, 1850. Bigger the better. Bigger the better. That was a slogan written in London billboards. Bigger the better. So big refrigerators, big cars, big houses, big telephones, big families, big bank balance, big consumption. Everything is mega size. Big land acquisitions. Everything big, high economic growth. So that's why Christian countries, they fell prey to capitalism. What is the philosophy of the capitalist? He exploit the poor. That's it. That is the philosophy. They exploit the poor and support the rich. That is capitalism. So dominion. Now you understand what happened 2000, 4000 years? So where did we go wrong in interpreting the text of the Bible? But Bible doesn't say to exploit. You should remember, Bible is not telling that. It is the human interpretation that went wrong. So Pope Francis admits that in paragraph number 67 of Laudato Si. Laudato Si. Before I read, I want to go a little interior. So this is the dominion text already. Brother read it for us. Psalm also 8 says, yet you have made him a little lower than angel. God. Angel. We are angels. Little lower than God. So that has given us so much pride, no? They took it very serious. Look at the dominion, spirituality, what has it has caused so many destructions. You know, Lynn White Jr. in 1967, he wrote an article, Historical Roots of Our Ecological Crisis, in which he told Christianity and capitalism, hierarchical dualism set the stage for environmental degradation. In other words, religious interpretation has caused ecological crisis. That was a very shocking article, which is 11 or 12 pages. You can download from the internet and read it. 1967, he told World War, capitalism, slavery, First World, Second World, Third World, those, what is that, categorizing in a very bad light, interpreting human race into 1, 2, 3 in a discrimination, and also colonialism. India was ruled by British, Africa was ruled by other countries, and South America by Spain and Portugal mostly, and then forced conversions in many places in India, Goa, and iconoclasm, that means destroying the statues in the temples, vandalizing, and deforestation, poaching. All these evil are outcome of dominion model philosophies and theologies. So that is the article what Lynn White Jr. wrote it in 1967. Pope is answering symbolically in the paragraph number 67. Article was written when? When?
1967.
1967. But Laudato Si, paragraph number 67, he answers to this critique. This criticism is answering to the accusation made by Lynn White Jr. in 1967. You want to listen to that? Are you ready to listen?
Yes.
It's a very, very direct response. Pope Francis admits, yes, Christianity made a mistake of misinterpreting the text. So we need to reread the Bible and reinterpret and revision our text. That is what we need to do. So he is writing in 67, answering to Lynn White, we are not God. The earth was here before us and it has been given to us. This allows us to respond to the charge. That is accusation, the charge. But he doesn't say Lynn White, but this is what he has in his mind. To the charge that Judeo-Christian thinking on the basis of the Genesis account, which grants man dominion over the earth, that is Genesis 1:28, has encouraged the unbridled exploitation of nature by painting man, by painting him as domineering and destructive by nature. This is not a correct interpretation of the Bible as understood by the church. Although it is true that we Christians have at times incorrectly interpreted the scriptures, nowadays we must forcefully reject the notion that our being created in God's image and given dominion over the earth justifies absolute domination over other creatures. You understood? Little bit? Yeah. Yes, we have misinterpreted, especially 128. So in other words, he's telling Lynn White was right when he wrote the historical roots of our ecological crisis in 1967. So this has set a stage for exploitation. You know Pope, Saint Pope John Paul II?
Yes, sir.
He wrote an encyclical called Centesimus Annus. So in that encyclical, in the paragraph number 37, he states about humans in following words. Just listen, what can humans do? What they are doing? They are not doing what God has asked them to do. They are doing just opposite. He is writing. Instead of carrying out its role as a cooperator with God in the work of creation, man sets himself up in place of God and thus ends up provoking a rebellion on the part of nature, which is more tyrannized than governed by him. That is a very strong word. These are very strong words. You are supposed to be a steward, cooperator, but you stole the chair of God himself and sitting on the chair and you threw the God out and you are persecuting other creatures, animals and plants, and you are provoking a rebellion. You are a rebellious species, nature's insurgent son. In other words, God is feeling very sorry that he has created humans. Because of dominion philosophy, remember that. The Bible doesn't mean that, remember that. The mistake is made by humanity. So we have to reread, revision or revision, make new theology. You understand that? So this is the 4,000-year-old. Even today we have dominion theologies here and there. But we are talking about a shift, a change. That is good. But still there is authority, control, manipulation, exploitation in the higher level. So many animals are exploited. Yesterday we talked about land, how it is abused. Here is a beautiful quote from Pierre Joseph Proudhon, a French philosopher. It's an excellent quote. People viewed the land as something which enables them to levy certain revenue each year. Gone is the deep feeling for nature. People no longer love the soil. Landowners sell it, lease it, divide it into shares, prostitute it, bargain with it as an object of speculation. Farmers torture it, violate it and sacrifice it to their impatient desire for gain. They never become one with it. We have lost our feeling for nature. Such a strong words used by the philosopher. The Jürgen Moltmann, the same German theologian, is saying that you are not only imago Dei, you are imago Mundi. Okay, film there. You read that. Read that quote, Moltmann.
Moltmann argues in much the same way. It is important for the way a human being understands himself, if that he should not see himself initially as subject or against nature, and theologically as the image of God, but that he should first of all view himself as a product of nature, and theologically too as imago
Mundi. That means the image of nature. Okay? Continue.
That humans are ontologically one with nature is a primary reality. The relationship between humans and the remainder of creation must proceed from that fact.
Excellent. You are the both constantly. You may be a imago mundi, but you should admit, you may be a imago Dei, image of God, but the reality is you are made out of soil. That makes you imago mundi. You are image of nature. You understand? So that is any departure should be made from this point. I am part of nature. I am part of soil. I belong here. So we need to be connected. Always we want to connect with the angels and metaphysical God. That is what we have been trying to envision. Somehow we have to enter into heaven, make a nice confession, escape and go to heaven. You do all atrocities and only confession they take you to heaven. But here, you belong here, man. You are going to be buried here. Worms are going to eat you. One worm goes here, comes out here. Another worm goes here, comes out here. So such a human being you are. You are imago mundi. So remember that. So that's what Raimon is trying to tell. There is a book called Crisis in Eden, written in 1970. Why don't you library mark this book and you should buy that. Frederick Elder, the author name, Crisis in Eden, 1970. He makes two distinctions, distinctive theologians and philosophers. One sect is inclusionist, another sect is exclusionist. Who are the inclusionists? Who include the kingdom of Jesus was the inclusionist. He included everything. Who are the exclusionists?
Human
Theologians. In other words, inclusionists are scientists. Scientists are more enlightened. They include whole cosmos. We are part of that big community. Theologians exclude only humans. The rest of them are useless. Our religions taught only human. We are exclusionists. You understand the difference? So today, we are deep ecology means we should become inclusionist. Include everything, you include yourself in the chain of beings there. In the earth community, you include yourself. So you should be inclusionist, not exclusionist. So anyway, what are you? You want to be inclusionist or exclusionist? OMI community is inclusionist community. You should include everything, non-living and living. Alright? The whole cosmos, the whole universe. Today there is no universe. It is known as multiverse. That is the new word. Multiverse. This is the universe we know. Now scientists are saying there are billions of universes, which is known as the multiverse. Already we have enough problem with this one universe. What do you need all that damn multiverse? I don't know. Already I am going crazy in my mind. And they are telling multiverse. Multiverse. It's all huge, huge, huge. As I told you, thank God, the sun is 126 million kilometers away. if it is in the reaching distance of this predatory human hand, by this time sun would have disappeared, half of the sun would have cut, brought it and sold it in globalizing market. And every householder would have bought big pieces of sun hanging in their houses. Our churches would have been the first one to buy big parish priest, collect the money, buy the big piece of sun, put it behind the tabernacle, and say, my church has the biggest piece of sun. By the time the whole solar system is darkening, everything is darkened, there is no energy, sun is dying, only the part of sun is burning inside the churches and houses. It's a dominion model. This spirituality and ecology would have made man to go for sun. They would have killed it long time. Thank God we can't reach. So this is the outcome of this philosophy, Ecosophy, dominion model ecosophy. Mostly Western cultures, they promoted this kind of ecosophy. Eastern churches, they are not. That is what we are going to discuss the second episode. Right? Okay, thank you.